guys, to the latest episode in Let's Build a Castle. Over the past 9 months, this project has only grown, and we have built an absolutely substantial castle that is growing month by month. This has meant the builds in each episode are only getting bigger, which has kind of become a problem for me on the recording end, which is why I have started filling in my Let's Build series with not only doing Let's Build a Castle, but also doing other Let's Builds such as Let's Build the Shire. But today we have most definitely got a Let's Build a Castle on the way. In the last episode we built this huge bridge and eastern watchtower looking over this vast forest. And to complement this, in this episode, we are now focusing on these 4 huge entry towers, which will lead on to the Great Hall. I hope you guys enjoy this, and we might as well begin. We open this Let's Build like I do any of my other episodes, with a vast template, and we simply fill in the floor to get that out of the way and get that done. So as you can see, just using these single slabs here, and we fill in, creating this light grey floor, and then we move on to the roof. I felt I'd get the floor and the roof out of the way right at the beginning, because then the meaty bit, the details of the side of the tower, can take up the rest of the episode, and we have the boring stuff out of the way right at the start. So as you can see, I'm using quite a common effect I've used throughout this series by using a single stone brick layer and then the stairs on top of it to create like quite a tall, make the towers much taller. And then to try and finalize this, I varied the upside down and the level stairs at the top just to try and create like a nice little pattern. Although I felt this didn't work, it looked quite unprofessional, it just didn't really complement what I was going for. So I removed that and just duplicated it on all 4 sides. Then, as you can see, we also have these 4 roofs in between, which obviously have to be covered in the exact same way to keep continuity. So as you can see, just creating that stone brick layer now and then lining it up on either side. So then what you'll see is, as this progresses, all the roofs, all 4 of these roofs nicely connect up with this large template, and then finish it off with the stone brick stairs as before. Then the roof is obviously finished now, and we've got that out of the way at the start. What we're now going to do is create those huge doorways you saw earlier. And how I do this is I create 2 blocks of double slabs, stone double slabs. And what I do then is, as I like protrude it, I do another level behind it. And then I then, as you'll see in a minute, I'll zoom out and have a big long shot, and I add a 3rd level in, so as you can see it's going 1 back each time. Then another very traditional effect I use throughout this series is the upside down stone stairs, just to smoothen stuff off and make it look a lot less rigid and a little more realistic. So as you can see, I've added those 3 in, and it's created a very nice entryway for the door. Then obviously it's a door, so it's going to have to come all the way down. I do lose that poor piece of slab there, but no big deal. Spawn some more in. I'm having a bit of a glitch here, you might be able to see. My blocks aren't spawning in when I'm trying to click them. I'm not sure why that is. I'm not on a server. It's not server-like. I'm not sure what that is. But as you can see, just extended these down all the way to the bottom, and then in those gaps that I had earlier, just using upside down stone brick stairs to create this quite a nice little patterned effect, really, because this is probably the most detailed build I've ever done. These towers are the most detailed and most intricate out of any others I've ever built, so the detail is absolutely phenomenal. So as you see, because this one's not a doorway actually, the doorway, I've at the bottom there, leveled it off because it's got a small doorway beneath this. So this one I just made into a huge and absolutely giant window. So as you can see, extend this all the way down, and then we'll pan inside, and then as you can see, these 3 are doorways, and then I light up the side because they were quite dark. This is now a little doorway. As you can see, we did not need that big open space there, so fill that up with windows, and now create this doorway, because this is actually, on the other side, the maid's quarters that I built a few episodes back. This will allow the maids to have easy access in and out to the Great Hall, which is probably quite quite important in castle life. Whenever there's some sort of large event going on, it's going to be vitally important that these people can keep it running smoothly by running in and out with absolutely no problem. So they've got ease of access straight out of there and straight through there into the Great Hall. So now the other 3 doors are just left wide open because you can see where they're going to lead on to. And now we start working on these huge towers. The style of these towers is unlike any I've done before, so I approached it differently. What I started with doing was I just extended this base, because the inside of these towers are more, other than the other ones, are more functional. These ones are more decorative than the others. So I extend these up 6 high, using double stone slabs on the outside, and then on the inside adding in the stone brick, because this is a style I've used throughout, like varying these 2 colours and like these 2 different block types against each other. So filling in that wall and using the stairs at the bottom again just to add that decorative effect, and adding in the same at the top to add like a mirrored feel to make it look like the entire place is like following a certain style. And then I start adding in these cobblestone walls, but they don't really look quite as good. So I remove those and then I replace them in the exact same style, but with stone bricks. As you can see, just let the video catch up with my speaking. So as you can see, just adding these in, but I don't add these in the middle because those middle ones look weird, but that I felt looked very nice. So then I extend these double stone slab pillars all the way to the very top of this tower. As you can see, on both sides, replicating it, and then adding these 2 smaller ones in the middle, because this is just going to separate the windows and not make the windows quite too big. Then, that exact same style I used earlier on the massive doorways, I'm then replicating at the top of these towers to add a bit of continuity between that main entry bit at the bottom and the actual towers it's connected to. So as you can see, adding in that style with the upside down stairs and the double like block layer of the slabs, and then bringing it in 1 layer as well, extending it 1 back just to add that very nice effect. So as you can see now, I've added in all of the windows. Then further, just add in little small details like that, those like the stairs there, and then add in to separate the layers. As you can see, the windows were long and tall, and to make it easier just to see where the different levels in, I've used these stairs one on top of the other to create this quite nice decorative just divider. Really, it's quite a divider between the levels, and further adds in a nice effect when finished off with these cobblestone walls, something that I used on the Eastern Watchtower in the previous episode, so it kind of further adds that continuity. You might have noticed, if you've been with this series for a long time, my build skill has actually dramatically improved throughout the entire series, which is why there's kind of a little bit of a problem that the castle is changing ever so slightly in style. So I might make a particular episode where I go back to the original build and just liven them up a bit and make them a little bit more decorative and familiar with the rest of the castle. But as you can see, I've extended that and replicated that on every single side, but now we have to actually work on what's beneath these towers, because currently they're just hovering. So I continue that grass layer I built in an episode with the maid's quarters and extend it across this entire level, because this is where the Great Hall will stand in a later episode. Now, using a style almost like what I used above, I didn't really want windows in this lower half. This is more like, imagine it like foundations, but I do continue that quite nice intricate style I used previously with, you can see me continuing down these particular pillars from earlier, because I wanted a sense of continuity, as if you could tell this base went with this tower. So, as you can see, just adding that up and filling it in either side, just making it all look symmetrical, all lining up nicely with previous build and the current one. So as you can see, replicated it on both sides, and then just filling in this entire wall here with the stone bricks, because as you say, I don't want windows in it. It's a bit of an odd shape to have windows in. So then, continuing with the same building materials, I extend up with the stone walls, and further just create continuity by just adding in, making it all look a little bit more seamless in the way it's all connected up. So as you can see, adding in this style and adding in 1 more set of stone walls, I then replicate this on the other side, again continuing continuity, and have to fit it in this nice little small gap here connected to the bridge. then this style is a style I'm actually very happy with. I feel it suits the actual place very well, but then that extra extended stone wall I didn't feel could be improved. So as you can see, I kind of vary it up once more and have those kind of connectors in that you saw earlier, which I felt created a very nice foundation level. This then replicated on all the sides, similarly to the way I did the windows. I added in this extra little bottom layer there you just saw me focusing on. But that is, I'm afraid, the end of this Let's Build episode. I'm kind of worried I edited a bit too much footage for one episode. This could have been spread out into 2 or maybe even 3. But we've finished this absolutely epic piece of build, and I hope you guys look forward to another Let's Build the Castle in the next few weeks. I will have an interval with another Let's Build, possibly another Let's Build Lord of the Rings place, but only time will tell. Thanks for watching and goodbye.